This meeting is being recorded.
Hare Krishna, a very warm welcome to all the devotees to our program Srimad Bhagavatam study. In this particular section of Srimad Bhagavatam study, we are going to practice reciting shlokas from Srimad Bhagavatam. Some very important selected shlokas we are taking up for memorization, for practice, for recitation, for explanation, giving a brief elaboration on the verse. That is what we are discussing in this particular section. Today we are going to discuss an important verse from Bhagavatam, which is the 34th verse of the 6th chapter. Overall, this is our 21st class. Other devotees who also want to join us on these classes, who are watching us on YouTube, can also join us through the links given in the description box. You can also participate in these workshops. So let us begin. We will begin with some Mangalashran prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Okay, so let me show you the words on the screen. This is the verse, the 6th chapter, 34th verse. And we will request now devotees to recite the verse, give its word meanings, and through the word meanings, give us a paraphrased translation, and then maybe give a little explanation about the important features of the verse. So Rakesh ji have come prepared, and I hope Jivan Prabhu also have come prepared. So
yes, Prabhu.
We will first of all let us give the opportunity to Rakesh ji. Rakesh ji, please recite the verse. Maybe switch on your camera so that we can see you also. Yeah. I will hide the screen so that you can recite it without only from your memory. Yes, Prabhu, please continue.
एतद्धयातुर्चित्तानां मात्रा स्पर्शेच्छयामुः भवसिन्धुप्लवो दृष्टो हरिचर्यानुवर्णनम्.
Very nice. You are going like a Rajdhani Express, or I would say Vande Bharat Express these days. Very nice. Okay, once more, Prabhu. Yeah.
एतद्धयातुर्चित्तानां मात्रा स्पर्शेच्छयामुः भवसिन्धुप्लवो दृष्टो हरिचर्यानुवर्णनम्.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, please explain the important word meanings of the words.
Etat hi dhyatur chittana. Etat this, he certainly, atur perplexed, anxieties, chit mind, matra object of sense and enjoyment, sparsh senses, always, constantly. Bhava Sindhu, material ocean. Plavo, boat. Drashto, experienced. Haricharya, Harikatha. Anuvarnanam, constant recitation.
Excellent. Yes.
For those people whose mind are always full of anxieties due to constant desiring of material senses, objects of material senses, for those to cross this material ocean or ocean of nations, Hari Katha is the most suitable of topic.
Most suitable boat.
More suitable boat. boat.
Most suitable boat. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So, anything else you would like to add to the description of the verse? Very nicely explained, also, Prabhu. So, what do you say? What do you want to say about this verse?
In this verse, Narad Muni is glorifying the holy name of the Lord. Prabhupada is saying that the soul is, we are this spirit soul, and the inherent nature of the soul is to remain active all the time. So we want to do something every time. So it is better to do activities which can make us happy and which can make us to cross the material existence. So no one can check the activities of the spirit soul, nor one can check the feeling or working process of the human soul, human being. So we should change the subject matter of our activity.
Yes.
We can change the subject matter of our activity. So we can change the this propensity of activity. Right now, we are doing this propensity of activity to material activity, and we can change it to spiritual activity. So that we can we can cross this material ocean and we can liberate ourselves.
Yes.
And Narad Muni is quoting all this by his own experience.
Very nice. Yes. Yes, Prabhu. So very nice. And why Narad Muni is quoting by his experience? What is his objective here? What Narad Muni is trying to achieve? Whom does Narad Muni speaking this verse to?
To the sages of
Narad Muni is speaking to whom?
Narad Muni is speaking to
whom? To Vyasdev, isn't it?
To Vyasdev.
And what he is trying to achieve by speaking this verse to Vyasdev?
To glorify Lord's name.
Yeah. To glorify Lord's name. Yes, that is a general. But why is glorifying? Why is does Vyasdev does not know about glorification of the Lord's name? Okay, never mind. I think you did very well.
Vyasdev was not happy, was not feeling very ecstatic, and Narad Muni told him to write Bhagavat.
Yeah. So he's encouraging Narad Muni is encouraging Vyasdev that you are, he's identifying his problem that you are depressed mainly because you have not glorified the Lord enough. So you have done great job by writing various literature, but through writing of those literature, you have actually confused people. You have not categorically written a literature which will stand out and glorify the Lord's name. Only do that. And you are doing something very, which is kind of sometimes this philosophy, sometimes that philosophy, but the pure glorification of the Lord you have not done. And that is why you are despondent, you are depressed.
Yes.
So he then explains his own story, and whatever questions Vyasdev asks, he tries to answer. So in the end, before leaving the place, Vyasdev's ashram, Narad Muni concludes by speaking this verse, that my personal experience is that if you take shelter of Haricharyanuvarnanam, if you take shelter of glorifying the Lord, glorifying the activities of the Lord, then you can easily cross over the ocean of material existence. So, description of activities of the Lord is like a transcendental boat. It is the most suitable boat. The boats are of various kinds. Some small, some with different capacities, etc. But this boat is something so powerful that if you take on to this boat, you can easily cross over the ocean of material existence. Bhavasindhu plavo drishto haricharya anuvarananam. Very nice. Okay. Okay, also very nicely explained the purport, but let us give the opportunity to other devotees also who have joined us. So, now Jaimala Mataji have also joined us. Jeevan Prabhuji, now your turn. Please, can you give a recitation and then maybe
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
explain the word
Prabhuji.
meaning?
Yeah,
Hare Krishna,
yeah.
yes.
Actually, this verse is in Anushtum Chand. And I will recite the verse now. Etat atura chittanam matra sparshechaya muhu bhavasindhu prabho drishta krishnacharya anuvarnanam
Haricharya.
haricharya anuvarnanam.
Yes, once again. Yeah.
एतद्यात्र चित्तानां मात्रा स्पर्शेच्छया मुहुः भवसिन्धु प्रभो दृष्टा हरिचर्यानुवर्णनम्.
Haricharya anuvaranam. Excellent. Very nice. Yes, Prabhu. Now, various meanings, word meanings.
Yeah. Etad means this, he is certainly Atura Chittana means, and he is actually he carrying an anxieties. Matra is the sense objects, and Sparsha is the senses, and the Matra Sparsha Ichaya is the desires. Muhu means muhu. We already come across this thing. It is also again and again or always.
Again and again, yes, correct.
Always.
Yes.
This particular thing in some other shloka, I remember this muhu.
Right.
Was, okay.
This comes in Damodar Ashtakam.
Okay.
Muhushchumbita.
Okay. Correct.
Bimbarakadaram.
Bhavasindhu is the ocean of material existence, and Pravaha is the boat. Drishtaha is actually this is the experience of Narada Muni. And Haricharya means the activities or the pastimes of the Lord. Anuvarna means is the constant recitation or discussion or when we speak, all that. Haricharya Anuvarna.
Very nice.
Actually,
Very nice.
I would like to go explain this particular thing in my own way. That
Okay,
is actually
please go ahead.
We have to take it from second line, where you have to talk this. This is my experience. That's what Narada Muni says to Vyasadeva. This is my Etat Drishtaha. What he has seen, Haricharya Anuvarnanam. That is recitation of the Harikatha or the pastimes of the Lord. You know, Bhavasindhu, what for this, for whom? Bhavasindhu Plavo. Why he should do that? Haricharya Anuvarna, why he should do it? Bhavasindhu Plavo. He is the most suitable boat for crossing the ocean of material miseries. This ocean material world is a matter of is a thing where Dukhalayam Ashaswatam. It is full of miseries. So the Haricharya Anuvarnam, why? Because Bhavasindhu Plavo. It is the most suitable transcendental thing to cross that material miseries. And for whom? Athara Chittanam. For those who are full of anxiety. Athara Chittana means mind. Atura means that is the mind is more worried about various. It has got full of various cares and anxieties.
Correct.
And for those people who are full of anxieties and who are very much worried, for them, and why we should do that? Muhu matra sparshetiya, because again and again they are always worried because of due to constant material desiring for sense objects. Constant desiring of sense objects, there should be one more way out. We should come out of that. So the only thing is going through recitation of or the discussion of the Krishna's pastime, Krishna's various leelas and all that, Krishna Katha. That is the solution to get over the problem, get over from the messages of material ocean. This is
Very
the
nice.
actual concluding remark by Narada Muni to Vasudeva. Before he retired, he departs from that particular place. Actually, Narada, Vasudeva gets despondent and all these things we have discussed in last few classes. And then he wants to remove that. For that purpose, this is the last but one shloka. And after the shloka also, he says the only way to get over the material misery is to do devotional service, so not the Ashtanga Yoga. The next shloka says about that.
Very nice.
This is the thing explanation I would like to give it. Yeah. And also, Prabhu, I'm reminded of yesterday's shloka, Vishaya Vinirvartanti Niraharasya Dehina, Rasavajyam Rasopyasya Param Drishtva Nivartate. So once the people, people cannot stop their activities. People definitely have to do some work. That is there in the third chapter also. Nobody can just make some karma, he has to go on doing that. So people can't keep quiet. So whatever happens, so when people want to satisfy their self and indulge in material activities, that is a lower kind of activities, and that is not the correct way. All these things will put them into the problem of material miseries and then repeated cycle of birth and death. So for this purpose, this Narada Muni is advising that this particular thing, the higher taste, you have to go for a higher taste. The higher taste only is the Krishna consciousness or discussing the pastimes of the Lord. So I just was remembering this particular shloka, the higher taste you should do. That is the only transcendental boat to cross the ocean of material miseries. And this is the thing I just want to add. This is not there for the purpose.
Very nice.
Yes. I feel this. I thought I can quote also here. This is my explanation. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Very nicely explained. Okay, so now we go to Jaimala Mataji. Mataji, please, if you have also prepared, so kindly share your recitation and explanation of this verse.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Srimad Bhagavatam 1.6.34. Et yatura chitta nam matra sparshechaya muhu bhavasindhu plavo drishto haricharyanu varnanam.
Excellent. Very sweet. Very nice. Okay. Now the word meanings.
Yes, Prabhuji. This verse is spoken by Narad Muni to Vyasadeva, and he says it is my personal experience. People in this world are often in atura chitta. That is, their consciousness is always absorbed in many cares and anxieties. And why is this? Because in the next line he says, matra sparsha ichha muhu. That is, people are always bringing their senses in contact with the sense objects, and that's why the desire for sense enjoyment which leads to material miseries. And then he says bhava sindhu, that is such a person who is always in material miseries is like a person drowning in the ocean of material nescience. And so for a person who is drowning, one needs a boat to help to cross over. So this is the boat is plow, and the strong boat that can save one from the drowning in this material ocean is Haricharya Anuvarnanam. That is a description of nectarian pastimes of Krishna. So by constant discussion of Krishna Katha in devotee association, one can be easily protected from the onslaughts of material nature. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very nicely explained, very brief, concise, to the point. Excellent. Thank you very much. So I also remember, like Jivan Prabhu, I also remember another analogy which Prabhupada also gives in these kind of verses. So there's a mention of Matra Sparshakshaya Muhu. So again and again coming in the contact, the senses are coming in the contact of sense objects. They are trying to taste the sense objects, but when they try to taste the sense objects, they don't feel satisfied. But they do get some happiness, but not complete happiness. Once again, because of that small happiness, they again once again come back to the sense objects, again try to taste them. Some little happiness is there, but then again more misery, more difficulty, and so on. So Prabhupada used to give this very good analogy in these cases, that if a fish is brought out of water and it is offered nice food, nice magazines, nice clothing, nice jewelry, a lot of money, etc., the fish will not feel satisfied. Why? Because the fish is a creature of water. So fish will only feel satisfied when they are in water. So similarly, we are also spiritual in nature. We are in this material world are trying to find enjoyment through various sense objects. But these sense objects do not give us the enjoyment. They give us some little happiness for short time, but again that happiness is taken away and ultimately the result is misery. However, when we come in contact of spiritual subject matter, which is Haricharya, Anuvarnanam, the explanation of Haricharya or activities of the Lord or pastimes of the Lord or spiritual subject matter or spiritual discussion, then at once we feel satisfied. Why? Because we are also spiritual in nature. It is like fish going back to its original environment, which is water. So like fish feels satisfied in water because
This
it's
meeting
natural
is being
environment.
recorded.
Similarly, we also find a lot of satisfaction when we come back to the original spiritual environment that is generated through Haricharya Anuvarnana. So that is the whole idea. And then Prabhupada relates it with the basic nature of the soul in the purport. He says that basic nature of soul is to be active. Soul cannot be inactive for even a moment, and that is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita also. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi, nahi kaschit kshanamapi, nahi kaschit kshanamapi, dat jatu tishtatya karmakrat. That is something I think in 3rd chapter, 5th or 6th verse probably. So that is the basic very nature of the soul, to be active. Now, how to be active so that we feel very satisfied, very happy? We are trying to be active by doing a lot of sense gratification or sense gratificatory activities, which is always giving us more and more misery. If we become active by doing activities which are Haricharya Anuvarnanam in the category of that activity, we will feel satisfied. So this is the one big message Narad Muni gives to Vyasdev. He summarizes everything that he has spoken. He has given his own experience, and by giving his own experience, he is inspiring his disciple to follow his instruction. So he's saying that I'm not giving you simply by theoretical some bookish answer. I'm giving you an answer which I have myself personally experienced. Like whenever we are going for preaching, we are convincing some of our friends or family members why you should take to Krishna consciousness. So we give our own example. Sir, I came in Krishna consciousness 15 years ago, and it was a change of my life. It was the biggest change in my life. It changed my life in a very nice way. So similarly, Narad Muni, by giving his own experience, own example, He is explaining it to Vyasdev that why you should continue to do, why you should actually start describing the glories of the Lord in full, without any compromise. Don't worry, give a pure description of the Lord's glories, and then you will feel satisfied. So that is the whole discussion here. Okay, now we give, how much is the time with us? Maybe 1 or 2 minutes, but we'll give some opportunity to other devotees also. Rajneesh ji, would you like to try reading the verse?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, your microphone is not doing very good, I think. If you can
जी
do something about it. Yeah.
अब ठीक है.
It is little better, but you can try. Yes, please continue. Yeah.
एतद् एतद्ध्यातुर्चित्तानां मात्रा स्पर्शे च्यामुः भवसिन्धुप्लवो दृष्टो परिचर्यानुवर्णनम्.
Very nice. You have your voice when it recites slokas is very melodious. So you should really consider reciting these verses on a more regular basis. I hope you are doing already, but just in case.
Yes. But I am trying to memorize, but I am not able to memorize yet.
No problem. You can do it by practice. Etadhya atura chittanam. Etadhya atura chittanam. Etadhya atura chittanam. Matra sparshachaya muhu. Matra sparshechaya muhu. Matra sparshechaya muhu. Bhavasindhu plavo drishto. Bhavasindhu plavo drishto. Bhavasindhu plavo drishto. Haricharyanuvarnanam. 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 Like that, repeat it again and again. Continue to do that for maybe 10 minutes or 5 minutes. You will enjoy reciting it, but subconsciously, the words will enter into your brain, into your memory, and after 5 minutes, maybe you can try to recite it without looking at it, and like that, maybe you can continue, and slowly the verse will you will memorize. So, how do you memorize, Rakesh ji? How do you do it? Maybe you can share your experience.
Prabhuji, same again and again.
Again and again. Okay.
Yes.
So, looking at the word meanings, looking at the different meanings of different Sanskrit word, does it help in memorization?
Yes, Prabhuji, it helps.
It helps. So you can.
It helps.
So Rajni ji, you can also at the same time look at the Sanskrit word meanings. When you look at the meanings, then the verse starts to make sense, and not only memory, but you also use your intelligence in memorizing it. So that way you can continue to do it. Okay, so we conclude our class. Very nice participation by everyone. All glories to Srimad Bhagavatam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so we will conclude here. I will stop sharing and stop the recording as well.